Morning, cyber traders. Welcome to this lovely Thursday. How's everybody doing? Good to see you, Jeff. Good to see you, Lawrence. Everyone's okay? Good. I'm going to try something a little different here. I'm going to see if I can run two webcams, see if they both work. Nope, doesn't work. All right, just double checking. All right. Well, anyway, let's get started, everybody. Hopefully, everyone had a good day yesterday. A couple of good stocks. We have a nice little runner in the stock, this OCEA. What a nice pop early in the morning. I know a lot of you here logged in around, 7:45, 7:30. This thing ran pretty nicely right around 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, really good pop right there. I mean, look at this thing. Let me just blow up the chart. You can see a little bit bigger here. But yeah, look at that great little run up right there. The thing ran from like 480. And that's literally at program trading time, right around that 8 a.m. And what a nice run all the way to 680 in about 10 minutes. So anyway, looking back what it's looking like, I mean, let's hop over here at level 4. We had a nice little ladder effect. We saw orders getting filled. She's still looking pretty strong. I mean, I definitely looks like a still pretty nice moving stock. We're going to keep an eye on that one. But before we go through that big watch list, like we always do, let's get ready and talk about what happened yesterday. So we could say, okay, why are we going to trade this one? Why are we going to trade something else? Well, first of all, there were a bunch of stocks that made some big moves. We'll talk a little about them because yesterday, yesterday morning was kind of crappy. I didn't really see, we didn't see that much going on. But you know what? All of a sudden, things started really picking up out of nowhere. So hold on one second. Let me fix this over here. So anyway, the big runner I thought a lot of you guys did really well, and it came out of nowhere, was this BLPT. I mean, this thing was right around that $1.50 price range. Didn't rate all the way to $7.50. I mean, look at this stock. Even right around 11 o'clock, it just started making a HOD, high of the day, $5. Popped right around that 1 o'clock time frame. And I mean, then that 2:30 had a nice little pop, but it kind of found out it wasn't going to go any higher after around 3 o'clock, right before 3, and it kind of backed off. But as a middle day stock, that was pretty good. Also, another stock which is going back on the watch list this morning, and I guess obviously whatever the news on their pharmaceutical drug that they came out with is doing pretty well, is this UNCY. That one had a nice little move early in the morning out of nowhere, just basically $1.40 all the way to $1.70. Look at her now. Now she's at $2. I mean, nice little move right there on that stock too. A couple of the stocks, DBL. That was oops, what I got here? There we go. Oh, wrong stock. Okay, hold on. That wasn't DBL. It tanked. It was the. I'm sorry. It was the EDBL. There we go. Anyway, this stock tanked. There we go. That stock had a nice little pop right there. Went all the way from like $3 and all the way back down to $3.40. So a couple of stocks. Grant, you're in OCNA. Good for you, Grant. Good for you. 3 trades made $1.20. Look at that. All right, Grant. Let me just pop that in there. Congrats. All right. That is a really nice little move. Pass that over. Way to go, Grant. All right. So anyway, what's moving this morning? Well, before we do that, just let you know, today at 12 o'clock, for everyone that's registered, we are going to be doing our weekly open house. Students, you're more than welcome to come if you want to. But listen, I know we have a lot of people here on YouTube and also on the social media networks. If you guys want to come and learn a little bit more about level 4 and how to day trade and all the bad things about it and stuff like that, please make sure you register. We'll post that link there, the QR code, so you guys can register for that one-day event that we're going to be doing. Actually, we'll post it a little bit once we get more towards the end. I want to go through the watch list because I want to block anything for everyone to see here. But let's go through that watch list and see what's happening, because let me tell you, it's Thursday. Wednesday was always a pretty good day, but it wasn't. But we had a couple of things, kind of crappy week, honestly. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't too completely sold, but we'll get a couple of nice moves. So this, if everyone, listen, Grant, you had a great day. So, that's in the trading room. I personally, I would take my money and run. You did well. I mean, we do remember this OCEN. We did trade it back last month. This stock ran from $5 to $25. And it's, if anyone here wants to go back to the recording of that, we post and record everything on YouTube. If you want to know a little bit more about what we did on that day, just go back on that day right here. And you can see, what was that day exactly? The 23rd. If you go on the 23rd on our YouTube channel, you'll see how we actually traded that stock. I think it'd be and it's important that you know why you trade it, because you'll see if it got too volatile or whatever it is. Now, here's a stock that looks like it's an IPO, not really going anywhere. BCAN, another stock that we traded, had a really good pop and then just tanked right down, not really going anywhere. FWBI, not really going anywhere. This one we already know about. That's on our watch list. Come on, is today going to be like yesterday, pre-market? Listen, that was the real big winner. We only needed one stock to make our day's pay. Sava, a lot of you remember we traded this stock a few times. Stock's a little fast. Had a really good after hours, 25 to 28, kind of backed off, but doesn't look like it's doing much right now. FCell. What's going on? FCell. FCell. So if FCell's moving, it follows along with it. Plug. What's going on, Plug? So, what's crazy? I mean, we talk about this all the time. The big thing is, I think the president's coming out there with their budget today. He's going to come out with his big budget. And, it's very important that keep an eye and listen to his budget. You want to see what his agenda is, because that will affect certain stocks. So if he's looking to do things in all green energy, I mean, look at these stocks right here, and we'll see how they work out. But obviously, it's shocking, with all this whole pushing and the Green New Deal with the EV stocks. I mean, I would think this thing was go be up to about 100 right now. Don't understand why it's down to 13. It's kind of weird. So anyway, it's moving this morning. It's got some big support levels. Plug's a little bit faster than FCell, so just be very careful about this. What's crazy? A lot of us here in the room, in our trading room, a lot of us did own this as a swing trade. And what's so funny? Go back and review it. And this is what you learn in our swing classes. If you didn't get out when we all got out, and remember, we were trading the stock right around the 20s, went to the 30s, and it came back down to 20s. You see what ends up happening with this stock, how it takes a big crap, so you want to be careful of that. Goose. What happened to Goose? Goose looks like this is that stock we traded back last year, got destroyed, and it continued to get destroyed. I don't know. Is it going up? I doubt it. 7% looks like garbage. This stock's getting crushed. 29%. I want to tell you a funny story, okay? I was talking to a student yesterday, a new student actually, and he brought a really good question he asked me, and I want to share with all of you. He said, Fausto, I don't understand. Why do you trade inexpensive stocks? And, because I was always taught not to trade inexpensive stocks. Why are you not trading the $80, $100, $180 stocks? And it's a very simple answer. And there's two ways of answering that. And here's your tip for the day. Number one, if you own a brokerage firm, are you going to put your best trader on the $180 stock, or are you going to put your worst trader on the $180 stock? Okay. And we all agree you're going to put your best trader. So you're competing against the best traders. Secondly, if your goal is to make $1 a day on 1,000 shares, $1,000, $250,000 salary, would you feel more comfortable trading a $10 stock to go up $1, or would you feel more comfortable about trading a $180 stock to go up $1, which you need $108,000? And last but not least, the third reason why a $280 stock can still go down 280 points. Here you have an example of it, down 79 points. $10 stock was how much lower could it go? $10. So you could see how it could really change differently. Remember, you're here for the reason only to make money. Okay. And by the way, we're going to talk about that a lot more in our open house at 12 o'clock. Okay. So anyway, are we bottom fishing your stock? Hell no. All right. We're not trading a $180 stock. Let somebody else trade that, not us. Okay. Let's go hop over here on the New York Stock Exchange. This one's up about 29%, but I'm not seeing any good pre-market trading. This one's up 15%. Had a really big spike in pre-market. You're starting to go back down. Maybe they ran it up too much. I'll put it on the watch list though, but honestly, this would be on my C list if it really came down to it. This one's doing nothing. This one's doing nothing. This is doing nothing. Really not a lot going on in New York Stock Exchange. You have this SI stock also that's getting crushed. My God, this is a $180 stock down to $3. $3. We know it's not a pharmaceutical stock, so sometimes it does bounce. We traded SI. Some of you remember SI. We traded stock many times down to $3. That's one of the big things that really like shock me and really get me like upset. I'm like, my God, I remember we traded this stock. What happened, for crying out loud? Why these things get so destroyed? Anyway, let's go check on level 4 and see what's going on with SI. You know, like I said, it's not a pharmaceutical stock. By the way, OCEN did go higher. All right. I just saw a big iceberg order just got filled. So it's just making a nice little push. Michael says it looks like SI is actually going out of business. Well, listen, they go out of business. That's not our problem. All I know is that, and by the way, sometimes that's not a bad thing. Now, listen, are they filing Chapter 11? Are they filing Chapter 7? Or are they literally closing the doors and out of business? Remember we heard that about Revlon, and that worked out pretty well for Revlon. By the way, this stock just picked a very big order out there. And the stock is pushing up really, really nicely. Anyway, let's go hop over to SI. Let's see what's happening over here. Yeah, you know what? There's a couple of iceberg orders. He did show up and he canceled his order right around 320 that I could see. I'll bring up and show you over here what we got going on. You see a little ladder effect going on, guys? Got a 64,000 share seller out there. Not doing too well. All right. So I think we're pretty much, yep. That stock is moving up really nicely. By the way, just keep, like I said, SI, we'll keep an eye on it. But let me tell you that OCIE is moving up really, really nicely. Oh, right. Just broke right above 8. All right. So you got the watch list. Anything we're missing? By the way, let me post this link out there for all of you here on the financial stations. You guys want to come and join us and do a free little trial and join us our trading room. Just click on that QR code and you can, you know, like I said, you can register right there. Anything we're missing? All right. So let's get ready. The market's going to be opening up. Let's get ready. By the way, if you're new here to Cybertrade University, remember we always taught you. I know you're going to be very confused in this trading room. You probably don't understand the lingo. Your most important thing is you got to talk to your education advisor. Get them on the phone. Everyone has an appointment. The more you know, the more enjoyable it becomes. And for everyone, all the other traders, you see something, you trade something, you say something. Good luck today, everybody. And we'll see you back here at 12 o'clock. And for all the traders in the Cyber Group room, remember, we'll start commentary once the market opens up. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading.